What if this year's Easter egg hunt didn't end up with a pile of candy wrappers and tiny junk no one cares about by lunchtime? Because I found a handful of toys that actually fit inside Easter eggs and are fun enough to keep playing with long after Easter is over. Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. Today we're going to be talking about something that is perfect for Easter and a little bit more exciting without bringing a bunch of random junk into your house because we spend all this time filling Easter eggs and hiding the Easter eggs, but most of what goes inside them is just filler. It's candy, it's stickers, it's erasers that don't even erase, it's throwaway trinkets that by the end of the day, half of it is broken, melted, lost, or no one cares anymore. So, what if the Easter egg hunt itself and what goes into the eggs themselves are a little bit better? Tiny toys, fun toys that can still be played with after Easter is over. Now, these can also be used for Easter basket fillers and stuffers, but I wanted to specifically make sure that all these toys actually fit inside the mini eggs. So that way we can level up the Easter egg hunt. So let's start with the first toy, which I think are great for mini Easter eggs. And it's the mini mates from Schleich. They're brand new on the market. You get 6 in series 1. There is a rabbit, a pig, a donkey, a cow, a billy goat, and a ram or a sheep. And what's really cute is that they all have different expressions and different moods. So it's not just a random animal toy. It's also made by a really great brand. So as you can see, very well detailed. And they're fun and they don't feel boring because kids can collect them. They can line them up. They can put them in the pockets. They can make up little stories with them. And I think this first series is actually very themed for spring too. So they're perfect. And they invite play because they have some character to them. So you can literally do one inside each egg. So that way, every egg has a different animal waiting inside. However, of course, these are blind bags. So you don't know which one you're going to get. So I especially think this is great for families that have multiple kids. So that way, if you open this one and there's a bunny inside and you open another one, there's another bunny inside, that's okay. Now you can split it and each kid can get a bunny. And they're basically for kids 3 and up. And they're around $6 at the time of this episode. So they're definitely one of those things where you can do a few and a couple Easter eggs, and then it still feels like you're getting something with actual play value in addition to one of the other fillers that you want. Now, another one I thought is really fun for Easter are the Micro Mags Spring Garden Travel Set from Magnetile. So it is super themed for Easter, which I think is really fun, but it's a little different because obviously not putting that whole set inside one egg, but what you can do is split up the pieces and put a tile or two inside different eggs. And I actually love the idea because then the Easter egg hunt becomes part of the toy experience. Your child is collecting all the pieces as they go. And then once the hunt is over, they can actually sit down and play and build with what they found. And of course, the spring set is really cute. It has soft floral pieces. It has a little bunny figure. So again, very Easter spring themed, but not so themed that it only works for one day. And of course, you can use it with your existing magnet tile sets, right? Perfect. So it's an egg feeler that turns into real open-ended extended play later on. And it's about kids 3 and up. And the set, again, around the time of this episode is around $20 and there's 24 pieces inside. So there you go. You just filled up 24 Easter eggs. Now, another thing that can be really fun for kids who are a little older or kids a little younger are bananagrams. So they have the My First Bananagrams, and of course they have the regular bananagrams. And of course you don't put the whole game inside one egg, but you put the letter tiles in the different eggs. And next thing you know, after the hunt, your child can open them all up and now they have the full game set. But you can make it even more interactive and use the letters to spell out a clue to the next egg or to a bigger surprise. So instead of the hunt just being opening the egg and seeing what tiles that they get and moving on, now you could have a little bit more activity in it. So for example, for the My First Bananagrams, you could do the word cat inside, and then your child has to think like, oh, cat, like is it the cat bed? Is it where the cat eats? So the cat sleeps, I don't know, and then run around and next thing you know, they find the next egg. So it can stretch out the fun and give the egg hunt a little extra boost too. And of course, at the end, they have a really great game. For the My First Bananagrams, I believe it's ages 4 and up, and it's around $20 or so. Again, at the time of this episode, one tile per or a few. So you're really able to fill up a lot of eggs for a really great price.
If you want more toy guidance, just hit subscribe or head to playroomchronicles.com/funvault for free printables to download.
Now, another one that I thought was really fun, especially if your kids are into collectibles, is Wiglets. And these actually just won the Toy of the Year award as the best collectible. And I find them so cute and interesting because they have moving joints. And so they're kind of like wiggly and shimmery, which makes them feel really alive and fun in a way that sometimes a static little figure doesn't. And they're about 1 to 2 inches. So they're perfect for something like this because they fit right inside the Easter egg. And then when the child opens one and finds this tiny little moving collectible inside, they can line them up, compare them, trade them, stash them in the room, carry them around. It's beyond just that unboxing moment. They get some play value with them. And they come in different themes. There's like ocean and fantasy and puppies, and then they do different drops for different, holidays and times of the year. So you can mix them up and just have a blast with it. They're around, again, at the time of this episode, about $2.50 each, or you can get like a bundle and keep the cost down. But again, they're a really fun, great option if you want to fill a bunch of eggs with a really hot collectible right now. Now, I also wanted to include something for older kids as a little honorary mention because not every Easter egg filler has to be for little ones, right? Sometimes the teens and tweens are still wanting to participate in the Easter egg hunt. And great things, of course, is putting like lip balm in there and eyeshadow and whatever else that they're kind of wanting to have. But if you want to throw a toy in there, I definitely suggest you look at the Neato line because we all know and love those ice cubes. We all know and love, all teens and tweens love anything that is sensory. So definitely check it out. They actually have the teeny line now. So they're really, really small. The newest ones I think that just came out are the teeny fuzz ball stress balls. Those are really fun, fuzzy, velvety texture that's just a little bit different. So they're fun to hold and squish and toss and throw and all the different things. So if you have kids who still want to be part of the Easter egg hunt, but maybe you're getting a little older, I think this is a really good option. And they're around $20 again at the time of this episode for about 3 or 4 per set. So you just open up the set, put a couple Easter eggs, maybe just hide 4 around the house, even if they don't actually do Easter egg hunt again. It might be kind of a fun way to spread out the Easter gift, if you will. Now, another one I want to mention is if your kids are into Disney, you're definitely going to want to check these out because this is the Disney Doorables in full bloom line that I think is so on point for Easter. And yes, you could put this whole set inside an Easter basket as an Easter basket filler, or you basically just open this, unbox it in advance, so little parent planning, and then put one character in each egg. For a pack, you either get 5, 6, or 7, it all depends. So let's just say worst case scenario, get 5. So not too bad. But again, you get that collectability, you get a Disney character, you get to trade, you get to still play with them afterwards. And they're super themed for Easter. And I especially love the piglet that is actually like a flower. It's super adorable. Now, if you also love Disney, you're going to probably also want to check out Disney Crystal Surprise because there are about 16 different minifigures in the series that you can collect. But each one inside this ball, you get a figure, a couple accessories, and then a little activity compound like slime or sand. So this is obviously a perfect egg alternative because you can just go and hide these instead. You don't even have to open them up to put inside an Easter egg because they kind of look like an Easter egg. I mean, so on point, right? But if you want to extend the value of them, because I think these are, again, depending on what series you're getting, anywhere from $5.99 to $7.99. But like I said before, there's a character in here, there's some accessories in here, and there's an activity compound in here. So again, a little parent planning, open it up, and now you can put the figure into one egg, the accessory into another egg, and then the activity compound, which is usually like sand or slime, in a third or fourth egg. So you are making it more filled and you're making it more cost effective. And at the end of it, then they can put it all together or mix and match and have a really fun thing to play with. So this is why I kept coming back because yes, Easter eggs are small, but they don't have to feel meaningless. And I think that's especially nice for us parents because we're all trying to find that balance. We want Easter to feel magical, but you don't want to spend money on things that are just going to go straight into the trash or the bottom of the drawer. So whether you want to do tiny little animals or little magnet building pieces or letter tiles or wiggly creatures or teeny stress balls or Disney mini surprises, there are some really fun ways to use toys inside plastic Easter eggs for more than just sugar and filler and junk. And they're all going to be part of the play after Easter is over. And I'm always going to be up for that. So if you're filling Easter eggs this year and you want to level up, definitely check out one of these toys. And that's it for today's episode. I hope this gave you some fresh ideas, maybe saved you from buying another piece of plastic nonsense from the store. And if this episode resonated with you, please subscribe, follow, like, all the things. You can also find me on social media at Playroom Chronicles or head to my website at playroomchronicles.com. Till next time, happy playing.